Hi, and welcome to the first of Food Survey's food quality video guides. We are going to be taking you through a range of subjects over the coming months, but today we're going to start with one of the most commonly used pieces of equipment when inspecting food quality, particularly if, like us, you work a lot with the quality of fresh produce. This is the penetrometer. So, what is a penetrometer and what is it measuring? Well, strictly speaking, all this little device measures is PSI, or pounds per square inch. In terms of how those measurements are valuable, well, they help to determine the firmness of the flesh in fruit. That gives us an indication of the fruit's ripeness. Let's have a look at what's in the box. We have a number of attachments. Usually included in your box, an 8mm plunger and an 11-meter plunger. The larger is typically used for the harder fruit such as apples and pears. Also in your box you will find a washer that goes onto the penetrometer before the plunger and will prevent the plunger going too deeply into the product. Finally, we have a peeler. These are generally supplied with all penetrometers. These can be extremely sharp, so please take care when using it. To measure the pressure of the flesh, these heads will be pressed into the fruit until they penetrate up to this line here halfway down the head. What products can this be used for? Well, here you can see some of the usual suspects. We are regularly taking pressure readings as part of our quality checks on fresh produce such as apples, pears, kiwi fruit, avocado and mangoes. Once you've selected your food product, it should be discarded if there is any prominent quality issue in the flesh which might affect your measurements. To prepare your sample then, we take the peeler and we're going to remove a couple of layers. Not too much, just enough so that you are testing the flesh rather than the peel of the product. I typically aim to remove 2 thin layers, giving myself 1 centimeter to 2 centimeters of width in which to push the plunger. Now we're ready to actually use the device, whilst taking care not to hit the stone, if your test product has one. Press firmly into the product until the tip of the device breaks the flesh and it penetrates to the line on the side of the plunger. In ideal conditions, you should aim for a 2-second press. Any harder and you will get a higher reading, and press more gently and you can get the reverse. Don't forget to zero the reading on the dial using the button on the side. Then peel. Repeat the process on the opposite side of the fruit. 2 readings per fruit, which can either be reported separately or averaged. For some fruit, such as apples, with a blush, the blush side can give a firmer reading than the green side, so an average can be useful in these circumstances. With regard to equipment maintenance, this really is a low-tech piece of equipment. After use, always clean the juice thoroughly. This will prevent the juice from running inside the penetrometer onto the spring that forms the basis of the measurement and seizing it up. You can see a recent calibration sticker here, and of course a third-party calibration is the best way to be sure that any food quality data you generate is accurate and dependable. In between calibration, however, if you have any reason to doubt the accuracy of your device, there is a simple way to check that it's functioning using a set of calibrated weighing scales. If you remove the plunger from the penetrometer, simply press down as close as you can to a round kilo number and then check that against the dial of the penetrometer. This will tell you whether there is a significant issue that needs to be dealt with. In this case, I've aimed for 5 kilos on the scales. I've got within a few grams of that measurement before taking the penetrometer off the scales. And here you can see on the dial, we are reading just about 5 kilos. There you have it. This has been the first of our video food quality guides. We should be adding them once a month, so please come back soon for more great how-tos. Alternatively, you can check out our website, www.foodsurvey.com. food-surveys.com.